it's not a choice. Okay, this is the police. And if I say you're going to the hospital, you're going. Okay? Do you have someone you can call?
No.
Okay, then you're going to the hospital.
No, chill.
Who can you call?
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Chill.
On May 12th, 2024, Florida officers encountered two severely intoxicated women on a public sidewalk, a routine welfare check that escalated into a custodial arrest. The central legal question is not whether officers could intervene. They clearly could, but whether every step that followed was constitutionally sound.
Come on over here. Right here. Over here. Right here. There you go. We're good. Thank you.
Get up against the car.
Do you guys have someone here with you? Because if you don't, you're going to the hospital. So, do you have someone you can call?
No,
it's not a choice. Okay, this is the police. And if I say you're going to the hospital, you're going. Okay? Do you have someone you can call?
No.
Okay, then you're going to the hospital.
No, chill.
Who can you call?
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Chill. I know my address. I just want to go home. Okay, please.
Okay. Well, the problem is, what's going on over there? You can't even stand.
I can't
rolling
stand.
all over the sidewalk.
Baby, because it's
Don't
alcohol.
call me baby, okay? I'm not baby. All right. Fix your shirt, by the way.
You're exposing yourself.
Fix your shirt.
I hate Florida.
So what? Who can you call that can help you? We need to get someone here to help you.
No. Chill. Oh, God.
Do you have a friend around here somewhere?
No, it's so fucking weird. It's just chill. Don't do nothing. Don't fucking nothing. Okay? Just chill. I got the Uber, baby. Okay?
All right, listen, we can't hang out with you all night. Who are you calling?
I got the Uber. Just fucking chill. Oh my God.
All right, I'm done.
That's enough.
No.
Yeah.
All right, put your hands behind your back. You first.
I got the
Put your hands behind your
Uber.
back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Don't resist. Put your hand behind your back. Put your other hand back here. There you go.
Although she couldn't even walk, she thought it was a good idea to run, according to the police.
Have a seat.
Don't let them
Jail now?
What?
She going to jail now?
Oh my God, I'm so mad. I was just trying to call my Uber.
Yeah, she good.
Hold the shield.
I was just trying to get my friends. So why did
Where's her
you
purse?
do that?
There's friends in the car.
She can go to jail.
Where's the other purse?
Oh, I think that was, she had both of them, so. I'll put her in mine for now, I'll get her over. Come on over here. You got a female for a search, please. That was stupid.
I was just trying to get my friends.
Okay, you don't run from the police, right? That's not very smart.
No, because
You were just gonna go to the hospital, now you're gonna go to jail.
I can't breathe. I seriously can't breathe. I can't do this. Seriously, I can't breathe. I was just trying to get my friend because she's drunk. I'm not that drunk. Please. I swear to God, please. I was.
Stop talking in my face, okay? I'm gonna take this off just for a second. Pull your hands back away from your body.
Oh my God. I'm gonna get breathe. Oh my God.
You can breathe. You're talking. You're fine.
Out of your business, man. Go away. I don't care. Do you want? Stop. We're still not getting the point, are we? You do realize this is the police, right?
Yes, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Okay. Well, that's problem number one. That's why you're in this position, right? Maybe we should share.
I'm in this position. My friend is drunk. I'm just trying to cover. Please, I just want to go home. I don't even live here. I live in LA.
Well,
Oh my God, I can't breathe.
you ain't in LA anymore. Have a seat.
not from LA. Get out of here.
Okay, Florida ID. Look at that. Is that you?
I was just trying to go home.
Okay, but here's the problem. When the police tell you to do something, you have to do it. I don't know how they do things in LA, but in Florida, where you are, when the police tell you to do something, you do it, okay?
Can you please listen? My friend is just so drunk.
I understand. We were trying to address that. Okay? All we were going to do is probably have her go to the hospital because she's at the point where all sorts of men are hovering over her and she's passed out on the street. So we're dealing with you because we're concerned for your safety. But
I'm drunk too.
that's fine. But we are the police. We're there to help her when people are too intoxicated to help her themselves. Okay? And when you don't do what you're told to do, that's why you're in this situation. Get it? Step out.
Under the community caretaking doctrine recognized by the Supreme Court in Cady versus Dombrowski in 1973, officers may perform functions entirely unrelated to criminal investigation. When a person is so severely intoxicated that she cannot stand, is partially exposed on a public street, and is being approached by strangers, officers are not just permitted to intervene, they are obligated to. Florida Statute, Section 856.011, Disorderly Intoxication, provides the statutory anchor. It applies when a person is intoxicated in a public place to the degree that she endangers her own safety. That threshold was clearly met. The community caretaking basis for the initial detention is legally solid. The first significant legal issue is whether the subjects were seized within the meaning of the Fourth Amendment before any formal arrest command was issued. Under United States v. Mendenhall, a seizure occurs when a reasonable person would not feel free to leave. The officer stated explicitly that hospital transport was not a choice. That language converted the welfare contact into a seizure the moment it was spoken. From that point forward, the Fourth Amendment governed every decision made on that sidewalk. The lawfulness of that seizure, however, is supported by the community caretaking doctrine. The subjects were not seized for investigative purposes. They were seized to prevent harm. Florida courts have consistently upheld welfare-based seizures under these facts. The initial detention passes constitutional review. When Subject A fled, she committed resisting an officer without violence under Florida Statute Section 843.02, a first-degree misdemeanor. The statute requires only two elements: that the officer was engaged in the lawful execution of a legal duty, and that the subject knowingly and willfully resisted that duty. Both elements are satisfied. The detention was lawful. The flight was intentional. Intoxication does not negate willfulness under Florida case law. The resisting charge is well supported. Any motion to dismiss would face an uphill battle given the documented circumstances on camera. The use of force during the takedown must be evaluated under Graham v. Connor, decided by the Supreme Court in 1989. Graham establishes a three-factor reasonableness test: the severity of the crime at issue, whether the subject posed an immediate threat, and whether the subject was actively resisting or attempting to evade. All three factors favor the officers here. Subject A had just fled, was resisting handcuffing, and the takedown was the minimum force necessary to achieve restraint. No weapons were deployed. No strikes were thrown. The force applied physical control and handcuffing sits well within the constitutional parameters established by Graham.
This officer is going to search you. I see your knee is skinned. Do you have any other injuries?
I don't know. I just really want to go home.
Your shoulder? Okay. Just follow the instructions of this officer, okay? She's got... What do you need? Oh, her number?
No. My number, because her sister's,
well, she's going to be going to road jail down the road. Do you know where it is?
You want me to write my number down so you put her in person?
Not particularly, but I'll give you a piece of paper if you want to do that. That's fine. You want to do that?
What should I do?
I mean, you can bond her out, but she's going to have to sober up first. So it's just a misdemeanor. Not a big deal. But, I mean, we were trying not to go that route, but once she starts running away from us, I mean, kind of...
Right. What happens if you start running?
Yeah, we were going to send them both to the hospital because they're both
drunk,
passed out. All sorts of dudes like picking them up, and they're.
It was with us.
I wish we would have found you first, because when it gets to the point where we're concerned for their safety because they're so intoxicated, then we're obligated to do something. And we were just they were getting a little feisty. We were gonna put them in handcuffs, bring them to the hospisptal. But once it gets to the point where they start fighting with us, well, that's what we're trying to avoid. Okay. What's the other girl's name? Do you know? They have her ID, but I just want to make sure we have the right people because they're so drunk they can't.
Yeah, just give her that number.
Okay, I will. Okay. Yep.
Where's she at?
She's back in the back vehicle there.
While we go to Caretaking, step out now.
We're gonna walk back here.
You got an extra set of cuffs.
I don't have any.
That's not, they're layers.
I've got exercise.
I gotta sit in the car.
My car's all over.
Hey, I need her. 1034.
I double lock these cuffs. I'll just get them from you next week.
I need her. Come on.
Or an angel with you. Can we get a transport?
Yeah, look, this is your purse. I have it. So it's in front, okay? Your phone.
That's a volume on your transport.
What side of the car is she on?
She's on that side. I was just gonna search her over here.
Stand right here.
Alright, do you have any underwire or anything inside of your... Okay. The reason I ask is because you have these sticking out, so I want to make sure that it's not metal. Why do your stands for?
Please go to Jack.
Many units can be 51 to 778 to 235 HU officer. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Hey, will do. So you doing Geo? I'll supplement. I'll do her CRA. You're doing the other girl CRA?
Yeah, you want to add her as a defendant on your supplement since she got a 43?
Lift up your tongue?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna sit you in the back. You're gonna sit with your friend.
You're gonna sit next to your friend. Okay?
Everyone, I didn't get a response. I won't be able to go.
All right, y'all good?
Now the grades. The lead officer receives a B. De-escalation was persistent and genuine. Multiple alternatives were offered before any compliance command was issued. Force was proportionate throughout. The deduction, the legal basis for the welfare detention, was never explained to the subjects. A brief, plain language statement of authority at the outset may have prevented the escalation entirely. Officer Wilson receives a B+. Her conduct during the search reflected proper protocol female officer for female subject, clear communication, and efficient documentation coordination. Her role was limited, but she executed it correctly, with no procedural missteps. Subject A receives a C+. Officers had offered hospital transport, not arrest. Her decision to flee converted a non-criminal welfare intervention into a first-degree misdemeanor on her record. Severe intoxication explains the impaired judgment but does not excuse it under Florida law. Subject B, the companion, receives a B-. She attempted to de-escalate and ultimately cooperated fully. However, her repeated interventions added confusion to an already volatile scene. 3 practical legal lessons emerge from this encounter. First, officers conducting welfare detentions should verbalize the legal basis for the seizure at the outset. Transparency reduces resistance and strengthens the evidentiary record. Second, flight from a lawful welfare detention is not a legal option. Cady v. Dombrowski in Florida Statute, Section 856.011. together provide officers with clear detention authority in these circumstances. Third, for civilians, compliance does not mean consent. Following a lawful command preserves your legal remedies. Flight eliminates them and adds a criminal charge. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.